So the story I'm gonna tell you today is my search for rabbit heads in United States for my restaurants. I know what you're thinking, oh my god, rabbit heads, but don't worry, I'll explain. 2 years ago, I opened my restaurant in Chicago. It's called A Place by Damao, and then we serve the most authentic street food from Chengdu, which is the capital city of Sichuan province. And my goal was to bring the most authentic flavor from my hometown. I got approval from my hometowners. But one thing they are disappointed is that we don't get rabbit heads. Rabbit head is a very important dish of Chengdu, so they would assume I had that. I've been trying to search for the rabbit head supply, but I never succeeded. So it is the most mystical suspense of my whole life, because American farms, they do have rabbits, but where do all the heads go? In order to search for the heads, I spread the news to all my friends in the industry. And then the closest time I get is about 2 years ago. There was a very small butcher near Chinatown. So I had a deal with the owner of the shop, and then I said, instead of throwing all the rabbit heads to the waste, you can give it to me. I thought it would be a dream come true moment for me, but instead it was a nightmare because he didn't know how to process the rabbit heads, neither did I. I'm still having nightmare to this day of like thousands of rabbits chasing me in my dream. But I was still curious about where do all the other rabbit heads go in United States. And then about a year after, I got a call from a friend in New York. He was working for a trading company, and then he said, guess what all the rabbit heads go? The answer is actually very simple. China, of course. Because people from my hometown, Sichuanese people, they consume too many rabbit heads, way more than the rabbit meat, so they kind of need a little bit extra supply from the rest of the world. So I know what you might be thinking. Oh my god, they eat rabbit heads, they are monsters.
他们这个爆炒兔肉啊是这儿的招牌菜。
怎么可以吃兔兔？
But today I want you to think from another angle. Sichuanese people, we eat rabbit heads for a long history. Parts of the reason are geographical, because in the past the terrains of Sichuan province are not so good for large livestock, so we chose rabbits as an option for protein. We don't waste anything. Stuff that considered waste in the United States can actually be a very delicious meal on the table of a Chinese family. I think that is the beautiful spirit of Chinese cuisine, that we could take the most humble ingredients and then we'll make it into a very delicious and flavorful meal. When I came here 9 years ago, I don't find anything really authentic. I was so disappointed to see the General Tso's chicken or orange chicken or whatever Mongolian beef in an American Chinese restaurant. So I want to open a real authentic one. I will go back to China like once in two or 3 months, and then I will bring the peppercorn from my hometown, and then myself will be smelling like a peppercorn because I will travel with a whole case. If you do some research, you'll find out that 50 years ago, American people, they don't eat chicken wings at all. I want to be one of the pioneers to push the boundaries of Americans' understanding of Chinese food, and I want to educate them what the real Chinese food is. Chongqing hapa, because it's spicier. I would say Bridgeport. Bridgeport is brand new. Like it's like a white paper. You can draw anything you want on it. Roasted pork brain, wonton in volcano soup, roasted pork feet. So the story is not the only thing I brought today. I have food too. Okay.